Good day, everyone. Welcome to Riristylings. Today we are going to talk about some styling magic, like sewing formulas. Number one, we have the armhole depth, we have the crotch depth, and we have the bust span. So I'm going to make use of this simple sketch to illustrate where it's necessary. Like number one, our armhole depth. The formula is this: shoulder measurement divided by 2. Once you have your shoulder measurement, how do you take your shoulder measurement? That measurement you take on your client's body from here to this point. Here is our step down, 1 inch step down, because our shoulders are not perfectly straight. This is the 1 inch step down. So the measurement from this point to this point is the shoulder measurement, right? So you might not necessarily need to measure this depth on your clients, this armhole depth. So that's why this formula is very important. So once you have this shoulder measurements, what you need to do is to divide it by 2. For instance, I have here 15 as my shoulder measurement, right? This very measurement. 15 divided by 2, it gives me 7.5. So I'll come to this point and measure my 7.5. You know what to do here. You get the midpoint here, right? From the midpoint, you step in by either 0.5, 0.7, or as far as 1 inch and connect your point, right? So that's all for the armhole depth. Coming to the next, which is our crotch depth. The formula for the crotch depth is hip circumference divided by 4. For example, I'm having a hip of size 40, a hip of 40. My hip measurement here is 40. I say 40 divided by 4, it gives me 10. So what's the next thing? If it's for a lady, if this hip is for a lady, I'll remove 1 from the answer, which is 10. 10 minus 1 will give me 9. This is what I'll use for a lady. But if it's for a man, I can choose to use the 10 as this, or I add 1 to it to make it 11 for ease. You know, a man's trouser is supposed to be really free at the crotch level. So this is all for crotch depth. And coming to the number 3, bust span. To get the bust span, there are 2 methods of doing that. It's either you measure on the client nipple to nipple, divide it by 2, or most at times you might not really feel comfortable taking nipple to nipple on your client and all of that. So, or this is another formula for it. You take the bust circumference, you divide it by 8, you remove 1 from whatever you have. Like here, a bust circumference of 32, for instance, 32 divided by 8 minus 1, it will give you 3, right? So this 3 now is your bust span. You can use this when you went to get that on clothes. This is what you use. You consider where your dart points will be. Your dart will fall on the line. Your dart will fall on. This is what you use to consider it. So nipple to nipple, from this formula, if you want to reverse back to nipple, it's simply your bust span times 2, which is 3 times 2, giving us 6. So I'd like to explain again. On that. Using this measurement, my bust span 3, on how to fix that on clothes. Here is my bust point. Here is under bust. Here is waistline. Here is my hip line. So if I'm having a bust span of 3, all I need to do is this. I'll measure from here to here 3, wherever it is, from here to here 3. If it's a gown, for instance, this is my hip line, right? Remember, you come down from your bust point by 1 inch. Let's say the point is here. Why are we doing this? Is in order to eliminate much of sharpness, like when creating bustier, the stuff like that. And you go up from your hip line by 2 inch. Let's say the 2 inch is here. So if you're on a normal simple gown, this will serve as your dart line on a normal simple gown. You don't have to have any cutting out of that. No, you just fold it in by 0.5. That's all. You fold it in by 0.5. That's all you need to do here. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day. Have a lovely day. Thank you. Thank you.